This is Weekly Woman by Jubilance for PMS. Hi all, it's Alice Cash from Jubilance, your host of Weekly Woman. This week, my sisters got back from an epic backpacking trip in the Sierra Nevadas, and I'm literally so jealous of anyone who's outside while I'm stuck in my tiny New York City one-bedroom. And this week, we're talking to another avid hiker, Tiara Soleim. You might remember her from Ben's season of The Bachelor. Has anyone been watching The Bachelor Greatest of All Times? They literally just recapped his season, and all I wanted was more Tiara. And she's in the studio with us now. You might remember the most colorful and fabulous career title from the franchise. I'm talking with Tiara Soleim, known as the Chicken Enthusiast on Ben Higgins' season of The Bachelor. And she's also a dental assistant living in Washington State. And we're talking to her today about all things Bachelor and her life now. So thank you for joining us.
You're so welcome. This is so great. I love this. This makes my day.
So, what is your favorite fun fact? Just to kick things off, what's your favorite fun fact about chickens, maybe?
Oh my gosh, I will say I'm obsessed with roosters. Roosters are like, chickens in general are so misunderstood, but roosters especially, because people think they're so nasty. And honestly, it's all how you raise them. If you don't handle them, they get real snippy, but like they're fantastic. They're beautiful, they're smart, they're colorful, I can't even. I'm like literally staring at my rooster right now and I'm like, I love you so much. You don't even know.
How many roosters do you have? How many chickens do you have?
Okay, so I have one duck and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 14 or 15. Roosters, I have one, and then I have some baby, like they're like toddlers. I think I have 2 roosters out of the 7. Oh. So I probably like 3 right now, maybe.
Oh, okay. Wow. And how did you get so interested in chickens? Did you grow up around them?
Yeah. So growing up, we had like a ton of acreage. And so I had horses and I had chickens, and somehow chickens have stuck with me, and like pretty much anything with a beak and feathers. I'm just like, I love you.
That's
but chickens especially. Yes, the 7 babies that I have, they are not named because I was just waiting for them to all grow up and to like look different so I could tell them apart. But yeah, no, I have a couple of my hens are named Trish, Karen, Marsha. Those are my 3 favorites, so they have the most basic names ever, and I love it.
Those are incredible. Karen, come here.
Karen!
Does she have the personality of a Karen?
100%. She is such a Karen, and I'm just like, Karen, you suck, but I love you.
That's incredible. Wow. Yeah. What a chicken.
I know. Trish is my favorite. I found Trish on the side of the road, and yeah, she was just like on like a highway, and so I found her, and then I have one named Marsha that I got in Seattle. In downtown Seattle from like a precinct. My friend who's a cop called me and was like, hey, we found a chicken. Do you want her? And then he's like, we have her locked up in a cell right now. And I was like, okay.
What did this chicken do?
Dude, I don't even know. I don't know where she came from, but I'm like, chickens in downtown Seattle is not really a thing. So
yeah. She crossed the road a little bit.
Dude, she did. And I was like, girl, I'm coming for you now.
That's incredible. Are you as obsessed with The Bachelor as I am?
Oh my gosh. Okay. I would say 100% no.
Really?
So, I don't think I have ever watched an episode prior to being on it, and I have not watched it since.
Wow. That's amazing. That's so unbelievable, but so cool.
I mean, I think I finished out. I watched like the rest of my season because obviously like I knew all the girls. But other than that, I will not watch it.
Wow. And can you talk about being the chicken enthusiast on The Bachelor? How did you even hook up with this show if you don't watch it and never watched it before?
Okay, so basically, sorry, my dad's trying to get in the car.
Yeah, no problem.
Not right now, Dad. Not right now. So basically one of the moms that I babysat for, she was really into that show. Dad, can you go away? I'm doing something right now. Okay, I'm so sorry. This is what happens in my life.
Oh, yeah.
So mom I babysit for, I'm taking his dog on a hike. So
fun. Oh,
my dad's MO is like, I could be like, Dad, I'm doing something really important, and he'd be like, hey, what are you guys doing? And I'm like,
thanks,
Dad,
Dad.
I need you to like, go away, Dad. So one of the moms I babysit for, she loves Bachelor, and so she was like, basically I was like an hour and a half away from downtown Seattle at a horse show, and she's like, I'm coming to get you, we're gonna go to the tryout or the auditions or whatever. And I was like, no, I'm real far away, I'm at a horse show, like I'm not. No. She gets in her car, she drives, she brings me an outfit, she picks me up, she pretty much like, I get off my horse, she drives me to Seattle, I wait in line, they fill out all the paperwork for me because I was like, I don't even want to be here. Like, I don't even want to do this. And I like get pulled back for an interview, and I'm just like, so not like like friendly at all. Like, they're just like, oh, tell us about yourself. And I was like, well, I'm like, I think I was like 26 or 27. And I was like, I like chickens, I like the circus, and I'm socially awkward. Like, literally probably smelled like a horse, looks like a homeless person. And they were like, okay, so let's like, we want to like pull you back for some more stuff. And I was like, what? Like, why? And so whatever. So I did that, and I was just kind of like, there's no chance I'm going to hear from them. Like, thousands and thousands and thousands of girls that are like solid 10s and way more interesting than me. 100% they're going to call them. And then they call me, and I'm like, what? Is this like, I'm like, this is really happening? So basically, like, when they asked what my like job was, I think it was at the time when like I was either in between jobs, or I knew that, oh my God, like literally this was so long ago, so my memory's really bad. But when I did the job situation, I was just like, I'm like, I love chickens. So like, I didn't know it was going to be a big deal. I literally had no idea it was going to be such a big deal. Oh. And so I was just like, chicken enthusiast. I like birds. And then, you know, half of America was like, oh my God, that's not a job. And I was like, no, duh.
And that's what made it so fun. You were like beloved.
Yeah, I was like, y'all suck because I love birds, so whatever. So I was like, half of America was like, oh my God, like, because I know like the twins on my season were just the twins, and
yeah,
like,
that was a job title too.
Yeah. I was like, come on, girls, let's be a little more interesting. But it was just funny because it's like half of the people were like, oh my God, this is the greatest job title ever, and then the other half were like, that's not real. You know? I know. Like,
that's amazing.
Some humor, people.
That's what made it so fun.
I'm a full-time bird enthusiast. I'm like, it's not wrong, it's true, but I don't get paid to hang out with the birds.
Yeah, you just watch them all day, every day.
Literally, like, again, rooster standing right there. I'm like, I love you. Stop being so cute. He can't help it.
Incredible. Can you talk about pulling up to the mansion that first night? What was that experience like?
Oh my God. So, first of all, I'm sober. I don't drink. I've never drank alcohol. I've never touched it. They knew that when I like right away, like, I think they loved me because I was like, I have mom issues. And they were like, perfect. Damn it. Good. Like, and then they're like, and she likes birds. She's probably crazy. And I'm like, I'm actually not, but that's great. So basically they put you in a hotel room for like 3 days by yourself, and the producers will come and like talk to you and like manipulate the shit out of you. Sorry for cussing.
Yeah. So you were ready for quarantine. You've already experienced it. I'm
like, I've done it before. It's the worst. So basically, like, you wake up, like, what is, like, say it was like a Saturday. And so you, of course, like, you wake up at like 7 a.m. because you're like, nerves are like going absolutely crazy. And you like, they like tell you when they're getting your makeup done or whatever. So like, I think I got mine done at like 11 a.m. And
Whoa.
so they like literally took me, they pretty much treat you like you're the president. Like, they're like, you know, like, they'll escort you everywhere and like make sure like nobody can see you. And I'm like, nobody is gonna for a second be like, that girl's on The Bachelor. I'm like, no. So I get my hair and makeup done. I literally look like an 80s diva. Like, I was like,
So they choose your look for you.
they did.
Oh.
And I was like, I look like a dumpster fire. Like, they teased my hair so hard. I was like, this is not real. And like, I don't wear makeup pretty much at all because I just don't look very good in it. And so I had like so much makeup on. I looked like a drag queen. And so I go back to my room and I'm like, oh, no, this is not going to fly. First of all, I don't even know how to do my makeup, but I pretty much like took all of it off, did my hair all over again. And so what I looked like coming out was like me. Like, they'd like curled my hair, but I like fixed it and I looked less like a dumpster fire and more like a normal human. So, and then you pretty much, they come and get you at 11 p.m.
11 p.m.?
I go to bed at like 8. So
I feel you.
I'm sitting there in my heavy dress with my makeup and hair done for like a close to like 11 hours. Like, and then they finally come out and get me and I'm like, I'm so tired. Like, so they take us down to this hotel lobby where I meet all the other girls, like the other girls that are in my limo. So I think I had like JoJo and Izzy, and those two were I think I had a twin. I only made friends with JoJo and Izzy, like in the car, in the limo ride.
Huh.
And basically, like, they try and get you white girl wasted the whole entire time.
Wow.
And I pretty much just like sat in the limo, like, I do not compare to any of these girls. Like, they are all dolled up. Like, Izzy was in a onesie, JoJo had that horse head, and I'm just sitting there like looking like a diva princess that went wrong but then kind of went right again. So, and then getting out of the car, my shoe fell off, but nobody saw. You could not see at all. I killed it. I was like, awesome. My heels just fell off. Thank God Ben did not notice. And what?
Incredible.
Oh my God. I was just like, literally it happened. And I was like, you have to be kidding me. Like, I have one shot at this and I already messed it up. Like, humiliating. It was terrifying. It was like the most terrifying experience of my life. I was like, I have to pee and I have to throw up and I have to cry.
Yeah, that's so late at night. I would be so tired.
Yes. So the rooster's acting up. You can hear. He sees something. That's the noise he makes when there's like something not good around.
Oh no.
So basically, yeah, the cocktail party or whatever starts at 11 p.m. It went till 7 a.m. It was
That's
like,
awful.
They feed you alcohol, food, and they didn't like me because I don't think they liked me because I was sober. And I mean, there's a lot of girls actually on my season that were sober. Like, Olivia wasn't drinking. The twins didn't drink. I don't think Lauren drank very much. Like, there's a lot of girls that weren't drinking, but like, I pretty much was like passing out like on the stairs because I was like, I can't stay up. Like, yeah. I wasn't ready for this. I didn't know it was gonna be so late.
That's crazy. Didn't know that at all. Yeah. How was Ben? He's like one of the most beloved bachelors now. How was meeting him and everything?
So I will 1,000% say, like, I think he is the most, out of like what I've heard about all the other bachelors, he's probably like the most normal, nicest person. He's super vanilla. like not even vanilla bean. He is just, isn't he so sweet? Can you hear him?
Yes, I can hear. What a cute rooster. Oh.
I want to snuggle him, but he kind of hates me, so I won't touch him. But I love him unconditionally, always. Can you see the dog right there too?
Yeah, I can.
Like, I'm so sorry.
No, you're just living your best life.
It's like, it looks like a cat.
It's great.
So yeah, basically Ben is like the nicest human ever. And like, I think after the show, I had talked to him a little bit because I went to Denver for a while off and on, and he was there. And so I'd like message him and be like, hey, I'm here. Like, we should meet up. And I think that was kind of in between the breakup of him and Lauren. So I didn't meet up with him, but we talked. We did a lot of talking, and he's such a nice human, like such a nice human.
Oh, that's great.
That's nice to
Yeah.
hear.
Yeah. Like, I would say he's the most normal one, but I don't know very many. Like, I think Sean, there's one named Sean. I think he seems normal. And then there's another couple from Seattle. I think they're normal too.
Oh, cool. It's good to know there are normal people.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I will say, like, you definitely, like, I think for more for like females, like, you get famous and like you get noticed now because like Instagram and social media, and like you change a little bit. But yeah, he's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's important to him 1,000%.
Yeah. Can you talk about being on Bachelor in Paradise too? So you did like the spin-off show after your season of The Bachelor.
Dude, that show is what I think destroyed like my like confidence and messed me up, and like is the reason why I'm in like tons of therapy now.
Oh God.
So I know you're like, oh, this took a turn for the worse.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So basically I was really excited to go on it because I was like, oh my God, like I got put on this show. I got sent home the first night. Like, it'd be cool to have like a second chance. So basically it's like 28 days start to finish. So you're supposed to find your husband and get engaged in 28 days.
Cool.
You're barely with the men. Like, they keep everybody very separated. So I'm like, this is normal, 100% normal. So they finally, like, last minute, they're like, okay, Tiara, we want you on. You're coming. And I was like, okay. And I was like, God, the show started like on the 5th, and it's like the 21st is when I went, I think.
Oh.
And basically, they set me in a hotel room right in Mexico for 4 days by myself. So like raging quarantine. I think Lauren Himley, she was in a hotel for 11 days.
That's awful.
Oh, totally.
You go so stir crazy.
Oh yeah, like I could hear like my phone. I didn't have my phone, but I like could hear it ringing. I could like talk to myself. I was like, this is what it's like being crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So they finally like bring me out, and I get there, and Chris Harrison's like, hey, like, how do you feel? Like, you're the last one coming in. And I was like, what? Like, what do you mean? And they're like, you're the last one. And I was just like, this is rude. This is not okay. Like, you guys already know that, like the producers know that I'm like a pretty like docile human, and I'm non-confrontational, and I'm like, awesome. So they give me a date card, and they're like, have at it. And I was just like, I'm not gonna go steal like any of my friends' boyfriends. I was like, seriously, I hate you guys. So I go to it, I go down, I find like Izzy and Amanda, and I'm like, you guys, like, who's single? Like, who can I like take out? And they were like, basically nobody. They were like, the only 2 guys that are available, I think it was Shoshana and Lauren, were the last, like, they were put in like an hour before me, and they took like Wells and I don't know his name, and they took them on dates. Oh, your breath is so bad. Holy cow. Oh, I tasted that. That's terrible. And so I pretty much was like, I have this like date card, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to do. Like, I have no idea what to do. Mm-hmm. And so like one of the producers was like, Tiara, like, come sit on this bed on the beach. And I was like, okay.
Sure.
Why not? So I go sit on this bed, and then like Nick Vale, whatever his stupid name is, comes up to me and he was like, "Hey, Tiara," and I was like, "Hi." Like, looking, first of all, the humidity was unreal. So my hair was like, and I'm sitting there like, yeah. And he's like, Jen and I like really need this like date card. And I was like, okay, you can have it. Like,
Oh,
so I gave it. I know. I gave it to them, and I was just like, this sucks.
Yeah, that's just rude of the producers. They knew what was happening.
They literally were like, let's make the sober girl suffer. And I'm like, thanks. So long story short, I give my date card away. I come back and I pretty much just eat the whole time.
Well, that's good. At least you get some like good Mexican food.
Yeah, it was okay until they like cut me off and they're like, you're eating too much. We only want you to eat 3 times a day. And I was just like,
what?
oh my God, I know. I was like, this is like the worst camp I've ever been to.
Wow, that's awful. Oh my God.
Yeah. And so that on top of like being around all the girls, they were all great. Like Lace was there, Izzy was there. I think her and Shoshana left the night that I wanted to leave. But like all these girls, are stunning. They're all like, I'm a skinny female.
You're fabulous.
And thank you. And I'm like in shape, but like being there, all these girls were like 1,000 times skinnier than me, like tiny. I was like the biggest girl there. And I pretty much like, that's the moment of when being there, being around tiny females, and then the like humidity, the heat, the like manipulation, the fact that I wanted to go home and they wouldn't let me leave. It's like, it just like flipped a switch in me. And I like came back like super like insecure and like body dysmorphia, like totally. I'm like, oh my God, I'm fat. And I'm like, I'm not fat.
That's so awful.
Yeah. So I totally blame it on them.
Oh my God. Yeah. What have you done to like help that since then? Have you, like you said, you've been to a therapist. We don't have to get into it if it's too much.
I mean, I've been seeing therapists for years now, and
I love my therapist. So helpful. Everyone should go.
I like literally, I'm such an advocate for like therapy or anything. Like my friends are like, I don't need it. I'm like, oh, that means you do. Like, I'm like, even if you have nothing going on, like just to talk about with somebody who's like detached. But yeah, so I've just done that. I constantly have to like tell myself like it's okay to like, I need to be happy with the body that I'm in. And it's so hard with social media and all these perfect girls and Photoshop and all these things, and like everybody wants what they can't have. But like every day I have to be like, I'm okay with the way I look, even though I'll have a moment where I'm like, oh my God, I hate my stomach. And it's just like, thanks, Bachelor in Paradise.
But you have some like amazing chickens. You're like fabulous and so funny and personable. So
thanks. I appreciate you.
Now we're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll hear more from Tiara about life in Seattle and after the Bachelor franchise. So we've got to stop and talk about our sponsor, Jubilance for PMS. It's a daily supplement that helps you be you. Jubilance is an over-the-counter nutritional supplement shown in clinical trials to relieve the emotional symptoms of PMS. That means less stress, anxiety, and more of getting back to your life. You deserve to be your best self all month long. And thanks to modern science, PMS is now optional. It's the first and only product for emotional PMS backed by real science with double-blind, placebo-controlled, peer-reviewed studies. And it works. I work for Jubilance because I'm here to help women, and this is the real deal. Jubilance isn't just a product, it's a global mission to make PMS mood swings a thing of the past. The Jubilance Sisterhood is a movement of thousands of strong women escaping the PMS struggle with science, sharing, and communal support. We're here for you each week with stories of amazing women, your weekly playlist on Spotify, and for you to dish and cry about periods on our Facebook group. So why not give Jubilance a try? Go to www.jubilance.com to learn more. So I always ask everyone, like, if you had any advice to give about really anything in the world, what would you give another woman?
Okay, so from being on that show, I'm like so much an advocate for like self-love, self-worth, like take care of yourself and like do what's best for you. I don't know if that's like advice, but like I'm very much like take care of yourself because you only live once and you only live once. And you know, I don't want any women or anybody like living with regret. I know that it happens, like it's normal and natural, but like it's so important to like love yourself so hard. And it's taken me 31 years to realize that.
That's wonderful. And
Yeah.
and what's new with you since The Bachelor? You're still living in Washington, going on hikes, enjoying quarantine with your chickens?
Oh my God. Yeah. So still living here. I mean, it's crazy to think that it was like almost 5 years ago. So yeah, just got into hiking like literally 2 weeks ago.
Amazing.
And I think I've done like 7 or 8 hikes in like 2 weeks, I'd say. Oh, I'm going every day. This will be like my 5th or 6th day in a row that I'm like, all right, let's gather some of my friends and let's go.
That's amazing.
So I'm doing that. And then, so actually the funny thing is I actually live with another girl that was on The Bachelor also.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Feel free to hit her up and interview her. She's
Cool.
great.
Who is it?
So her name is Lindsay, and she also was on a guy season named Ben. It was Ben like Flagellanic.
I don't think I've watched that one.
It was like 10 plus years ago, I think.
Cool.
And she made it to the top 2.
Wow.
And did Bachelor Pad.
Oh my gosh, I would love to talk to her.
Yeah, no, I bet she 100% would do it. So I live with her. We live on the lake. Yeah, so her season was, she went up against like, I think Courtney. Do you remember?
I don't. I started watching like 5 or 6 years ago. I think like with Ben's season.
Oh, okay. Her season, like the girl Courtney was like, that's who Ben ended up picking. Like that girl was like the worst. I remember hearing about how terrible she was. And like my Lindsay is like super sweet, super like carefree, like free spirit. And he chose like the demon.
The opposite.
Obviously they're not together anymore, but yeah, no, I bet she would 100% be like
amazing. That would be so fun.
Yeah. So yeah, living with her on the lake, doing her thing, doing a lot of wake surfing, hanging out with the chickens, doing my horse, soccer, circusing when I can, but everything obviously is closed right now, so I'm just like,
what kind of circus do you do?
So I do aerials, so it's like the fabric hanging from the ceiling.
That's so cool.
Oh my God, I'm like wildly obsessed with Cirque du Soleil, and I was like, I need to run away with them.
That's what I needed to see on The Bachelor.
Oh my God, I know. I'm just like tangled up in a thing from the ceiling. I'm like, hey, Ben. And he's like, what is this? I'm like, you love me, right? I know you do.
You come out of the cocoon like, I'm a new butterfly.
Like a butterfly out. Oh, reaching whale. I'm like, hello.
Well, is there anything else that you'd like to add today?
No, I mean, this is great. I totally like forgot so much of that show, and so it's like I'm like, oh my God, like it was such an interesting time.
Well, I'm sorry to bring it back up again then.
Oh no, you're totally fine. You're fine. It was all good stuff. Minus Paradise, but that's okay.
Great. And I just want to bring up at the end of our show, we're sponsored by Jubilance, which is a supplement that helps with the anxiety, stresses, and irritabilities of PMS. So I'd be happy to send you some bottles to try it and see if you like it.
I just love that. I have the worst PMS. I'm such a psycho.
Oh my gosh, perfect. Okay, I'll hit you up for your address after this and we'll send it off.
Oh my God, I love you.
Amazing. It was so lovely getting to talk to you.
It was so good to talk to you. God, thank you.
Have an amazing hike.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah, and I hope you can like hug your rooster today.
I know. I'm going to go manhandle. He's literally still standing in front of me and I'm like, boy, you are tempting me with a good time.
Do it.
Well, I will.
Yeah. It's so lovely to meet you. Bye.
Yeah, I'll talk to you later.
Yes,
Bye.
talk to you soon. Bye.